Hello students, I hope you are quite happy and healthy since you are not able to you are not able to come to school because of COVID-19. So you must stay at home and be safe. At the same time, you should continue for your study. Today we are going to start Unit 5, new lesson. It is given at page number 78 and the title of the poem is The Lazy Frog. See the title of the poem. There are 3 words. The title consists of 3 words. The Lazy Frog. Here we are going to talk about a particular frog. It is used for specific in order to indicate any particular person, any particular place, any particular animal. That's why the lazy. Look at the word lazy. Lazy is an student. It is an adjective. Lazy is an adjective. Lazy. It has other form also, comparative and superlative form. Lazy, lazier, laziest. Lazy, lazier, laziest. Lazy, lazier, lazier. Lazy is an adjective. Frog, frog is an animal. You are quite familiar with it, not something new. Frog, it is an animal that can live both on land as well as in water also. Frog is an amphibian. Students, do you know what do you call such animal that are able to live inland and in water also? Such animals are known as amphibian. 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 Amphibians are those animals that can live both on land as well as in water. We can have a list of amphibians. You should note down in your notebook. Amphibian, let us say crocodile. You must have seen crocodile. It can live both on land as well as in water. Snail, tortoise is there. There are some snakes also that can live both in water as well as on land also. Crab is also there, another animal, amphibian that can live. So students, there is an introductory paragraph given at the page. So it is quite clear, the lazy frog. We are now you must have an idea what is the poem. What is the poem going to be about? The poem is about a lazy frog. Lazy, one who does not want to do work. Frog is an amphibian. On a school day, you were busy studying, playing and chatting with friends. When you have a holiday from school, what do? Would you behave a little like the frog in the following poem? Poems, students, poems are supposed to read as well as enjoy it. At the same time, you must learn it properly. You should learn the poems by heart. Now look at the picture. Frog is there. Okay, the complete scene. Water is there, tree is there, other things are there. We come to the next page where poem is given. First of all, I would like to read the poem for you. You should listen it very, very carefully. One thing you can notice. In poem, we start every line with capital letter. Whenever there is a poem, first line is capital letter. Previously, there is full stop or not. It doesn't matter whether full stop was there or not. In poem, this happens. Fred is a very lazy frog who lolls all day upon a log. He always manages to shirk doing a single stroke of work. His poor old mother calls in vain. Come in and help. He doesn't bother to move 2 inches, much preferring to be extremely hard of hearing. He lies there in a silent heap and stays conveniently asleep. Now stanza 1, there are some noticeable things, some grammar item is there. Look at the rhyming words. In order to find out rhyming words, we notice the ending words, that is last words given at the end of every line. So the ending of first line is frog, and ending of second line log. So you can say frog, log. These two words are rhyming together. Okay. Fred is a very lazy frog who lolls all day upon a log. Come to line number 3. Shirk, S-H-I-R-K, shirk. And next word, work. Shirk, work. Next one, in vain. In vain. Now there is no pair of rhyming words here. Then we come to preferring. P-R-E-F-E-R-R-I-N-G. Preferring, hearing. Another pair. We have got pair of rhyming words. Preferring, hearing. Then heap. H-E-A-P. Heap. You are taking time to pronounce the word. Heap. And then last line, asleep. Now heap, asleep. These words are again rhyming. So in stanza 1 we have a pair of rhyming words. Once again I am going to repeat for you. Frog, log. Shirt, work. Preferring, hearing. Heap, asleep. Now let me explain you some unknown words to you, new words introduced in the poem. Fred, Fred is a name of the frog. In the beginning I told you it is the poem about a frog and his name is Fred in the poem. Fred is a very lazy frog who lolls all day upon a log. Lolls. Lolls means just lie around lazily, not doing anything. Lolls means just lie comfortably without any much work to do, and just all the time resting, loitering here and there. Who lolls all day upon a log. Log, or you must have seen when trees are cut, they are cut into pieces. Now each piece is known as log. Trunk of a tree or branch of a tree, when cut into pieces, they are known as log. Who lolls all day upon a log. Now the Fred lolls lying around all the day upon a log. He always manages, because he is a lazy. We have already discussed that the frog is very lazy. So always manages. What does he manage? To shirk. Shirk means to not do things which you are supposed to do. That means your duty. जो आपको काम करना उसको काम से भागना. जी चोरी करना, काम चोरी करना. आपको काम करना है, काम नहीं करना चाहते हैं आप. You are trying to avoid the work, your duty. That is called shirk. He always manages to shirk. Who is this he? In the line. Frog. The word he has been used for frog. We are reading about the frog. That's why he is there. He always manages. Manages means he makes some arrangement, something like that he has to do no work at all. Doing a single stroke of work, not doing even a single work. The work which can be finished in a few minutes, even that work he avoids. Doing a single stroke of work. His poor old mother calls in vain, uselessly. His mother, old mother is old. She calls him in order to help her, but that is also useless. No use, in vain. Uselessly she tries to engage him to work. Come in and help. These are the words spoken by mother. That's why it has been put in inverted comma. Come in and help. He does not bother. The frog does not care at all. Bother means care. Look at the word. It is not brother. Bother. B-U-T-H-E-R. There is no R. So you must not confuse. Bother and brother. These two words are different in meaning. Spelling is also a bit different. He does not bother, he does not care to move 2 inches. Much preferring. Prefer, I have already told you, prefer means to like something better. Much preferring. All the time he prefers to be extremely hard of hearing. Hard of hearing means deaf. Deaf, one who cannot hear. One who cannot hear is known as deaf, hard of hearing. It seems as if he is deaf. He can't hear anything. He pretends to be deaf so that he is not given any duty, any work by his mother or any elderly person. To be extremely hard of hearing. He lies there in a silent heap. All the time he is lying there. Silent heap. Heap, you know, heap means कोई चीज़ का ढेर हो बहुत ज़्यादा, जैसे अनाज का ढेर हो सकता है. हीप ऑफ कॉर्न, हीप ऑफ सैंड, बालू का ढेर लगा हो. Heap of garbage also. You must have seen at some places where garbage is dumped. There is heap. Something in big quantity. He lies there in a silent heap and stays conveniently asleep. Conveniently, comfortably tries all the time asleep, doing no work. So, students, you must have seen that frog is not obedient at all, and I don't think that you approve such type of behavior. Not good at all. Okay, we come to stanza 2. Stanza 2. The poem is given in 2 stanzas. Stanza 1, and you can see after end of the first stanza there is gap. Just in order to show that it is a different one, we put gap in between stanzas. So here is the stanza 2. If a lady frog hops past, you would think he would get up at last to go and help her on her way. But no, I am ashamed to say that when a lady frog comes by, he does not open up one eye. Now we come to rhyming words. Look at the ending of the words. Past, P-A-S-T. The other word in the second line, last, L-A-S-T. Past, last. Now another pair of rhyming words. Past, last. Next, line number 3, way. And then ending of line number 4, say. Way, say. Again, these words are rhyming together. Very simple. Way, say. We come to next one. Next line. By. Comes by. That when a lady frog comes by, he does not open up one eye. Now by, eye. Spelling is a bit different, but sound is the same. Rhyming words are those words where sound is almost same. By, eye. So there are 3 pairs of rhyming words in the second stanza. Past, last, way, say, by, eye. Now we come to new words. Hops, not new word. Hop means you must have seen jumping. You must have seen a frog. How does it move? Movement of a frog. Hops. See the second line. U and then apostrophe is there and then D is there. You would. The full form is you would. In previous chapter we have already discussed short form and full form. So here the word is you would think. Would. You would think he would get up at last. If a lady frog hops past, you would think he would get up at last to go and help her on her way. But no, I am ashamed to say. Who is this I? I stand for the poet, for the speaker. I am ashamed to say that when a lady frog comes by, he does not open up one eye. Even if a lady comes near him in order to ask for some help, he doesn't care. Rather, sleeping comfortably, lying comfortably, not opening eye. What does this show? This shows that he doesn't care about a lady also. He is very lazy. He doesn't want to do any work. You can see in the picture. The picture is very humorous, funny one. So students, I think it is clear to you now. Now what you have to do? You have to learn the poem by heart. You have to learn the poem by heart and read the poem repeatedly, not one time or two times. Read it many times. Look at the word given at the end, anonymous. ANONYMOUS, anonymous. It is pronounced as anonymous, means unknown. Unknown. If I ask you a question, who has written the poem or who is the poet, your answer will be anonymous. So anonymous is not the name of a person. It is not a name of a person. Anonymous means unknown, अज्ञात. अज्ञात, हमें नहीं मालूम, किसी को नहीं मालूम इस पोएम को किसने लिखा है, इसीलिए हम बोलते हैं anonymous, unknown, अज्ञात. That means writer of the poem is not known to us. Okay students, there are new words which you will write in your notebook and learn it properly. There are some comprehension questions given at page number 80. These questions are meant for comprehension, whether you have understood the poem or not. Look at question number 1. What did the frog do all day? What did the frog do all day? You must have seen frog did not do anything all day. Just he simply lolls all day upon a log. So your answer will be the frog lolled all day upon a log, or lazily lay around here and there. Question 2. Besides lazy, what other word can you think to describe the frog? You know, lazy is the word lazy is an adjective. It is a describing word. Lazy, the lazy frog, the title was there. Besides lazy, so frog is lazy, but we can see that he has some other demerits also. Other describing words we can use for him. Now let me ask you a few questions for you. Tell me whether the frog obeyed his mother. No, he did not obey his mother. His mother calls in vain. It is given in the poem. His poor old mother calls in vain. His poor old mother calls in vain. It means she is not successful. It means frog is disobedient. Frog is disobedient. He does not care about his mother. So the another describing word is disobedient. Lazy already is there. So in the same way you can think about some other describing words. Okay, that will be your homework, at least to find out 2 more words in order to describe the frog. That will be your homework. Try yourself. It is given how he behaved his mother. When a lady frog walked by, what does he do? Come to question number 3. Complete the sentences with reference to the poem. Complete the sentences with reference to the poem. Incomplete sentences are given. You are supposed to complete them on the basis of the poem you have just read. When the frog's mother called him, he pretended to be hard of hearing. He pretended to be hard of hearing. Deaf, as if he did not listen. He did not hear at all what his mother wanted to say to him. So when the frog's mother called him, he pretended to be hard of hearing. Next one, when a lady frog hops by, he does not even open up one eye. Open up one eye. Question number 4. Did you like the frog's behavior? क्या frog का ये behavior आपको अच्छा लगा? Students, there may be different answer. Some of you may support that yes, but no. It is immoral not to obey your parents, not to obey your mother. Immoral. It is your duty to obey your elders, obey your parents. So in any way, the frog's behavior can't be justified. It is an unjustified behavior on the part of the frog. The frog is behaving in an unjustified manner, bad manner. If you do not obey your elders, if you are lazy, if you do not respect a lady, the lady frog comes by and he doesn't open up eye in order to give her way or help her in any way. What does this show? This shows that his behavior is rude behavior. So did you like the frog's behavior? The clear-cut answer will be that no, I did not like the frog's behavior. It is unjustified. It is unjustifiable. It's not proper. It is completely improper behavior on the part of the frog. Everyone should be active, doing his duty properly, sincerely, not shirking. Students, you are given homework by your teachers. So are you supposed not to do, to shirk? Never. Do your duty properly. Okay, students. So homework, first of all you have to write the poem in your notebook in beautiful handwriting, preferably cursive. Second thing, learn the poem by heart. How can you learn it? By reading the poem repeatedly, and then you will be able to learn by heart properly. Okay, students, thanks.